Hi, Amra. Hi, guys. Happy Wednesday. Let's do some general messages. Hi. Come on in. Happy Wednesday. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Tasia. Hi, Riri. How are you guys doing? Ooh, South Wales. Hi from South Wales. Let's do some general messages. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Hi, Tasia. Glad you're doing well. Yes. I'm doing pretty well. So I'm going to pull a few general messages. You can click. I'm sorry, I was reading something. Okay, so I'm going to pull a message from the Oracle cards, and then I'm going to clarify with the Tarot deck. You can pick a category from love, career, or lessons in your growth on the spiritual journey. If you would like to leave a message or a review, you can do so on the page that is tagged in the description. My information is also in the description as well if you would like to leave a donation. If you would like a personal reading, you can do so in the email that is in the description box. These are general messages. If you would like a specific question or a more in-depth reading, you can book a personal reading in the email that's in the description box. All right, Tasia, I'm going to pull a general energy. What message do you have for Tasia regarding love? Help me to articulate a clear and concise message in order for it to be received in the way that you want it to best be received. Help me to see what it is that I need to see to get the message across as clear as possible. And help me to deliver the message as you can worthy in order to serve the highest good, the highest good of humanity will come to him. What messages do you have for Tasia regarding love? Okay, so you have peace, growth, and at the bottom of the deck, you have guilt. So this feels like you're in a place of acceptance in love, of learning to accept the fact that the love that you deserve is truly out there, right? This is the energy of learning to find peace within oneself. This is the energy of learning to find peace and the energy of change and the energy of growth and the energy of expansion in love, right? This is the energy of learning to accept love in more than one way, right? Learning to accept love within your friendships, within your business partnerships, within your acquaintanceships, within your like everyday generic encounters, right? Learning to accept love in more ways than romance. That's what this feels like. And learning to have faith that the love that you truly desire does exist outside of what you have experienced in the past. Clarify peace. Clarify peace. Almost as if it's the energy of knowing that, like, you don't have to mimic or imitate the love that you may have seen or that you may have experienced in the past, that you do have the ability to create the sense of love that you may not have ever experienced before, right? That's the whole idea of creation. Is something that it's something completely new, something that you've never experienced before. So if you are trying to create a healthy love, in a sense, know that it does exist, even if you haven't experienced it. That's the whole idea of creating it in the first place. Clarify peace. Okay. Yeah. Following your intuition, the strength. Yeah. This is basically clarifying what I just said, like following your intuition and knowing that what you truly desire is out there, right? If there's a love that you seek, know that it truly exists. Clarify growth. The Magician, yeah. And the Four of Swords with the Prince of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So this is that creation energy, right? Using the resources that you have to kind of create the love that you desire. So creating healthy love within oneself, creating healthy love within your friendships, creating healthy love within your business partnerships, creating healthy love within yourself, the relationship that you have within yourself, creating healthy love that you have within your family members, right? Creating healthy love in a general sense, that way that it transfers, it automatically will transfer into a romantic sense as well, right? That is your reading, Tasia. Kolanda, this is a general reading. If you would like to book a personal reading for personal questions, you can do so in the email that's in the description box. Yes, glad it resonated, Tasia. Let's see. Hi, Amra. All right, Tanya. What message do you have for Tanya at this time regarding love? What message do you have for Tanya at this time regarding love? If you would like to leave a review, Tasia, please do so on my page that is in the description box. Okay, Tanya. You got surrender and you got trust. At the bottom of the deck, you have forgiveness. So this is the energy of letting go, the energy of releasing something, the energy of, this is a sense of grace, right? A sense of grace in having acceptance in releasing something, right? This could be an idea. This could be anything regarding love. An idea, way of thinking, maybe some habits, possibly a person. But there's a sense of like having faith in knowing that letting go will kind of result better results than if you were to hold on to whatever it is that you are holding on to so tightly. Clarify surrender. It could be a need to control. It could be a need to always know the answers. But there's something here that you need to release and have faith that you'll be in a more loving state for doing so. The Six of Pentacles. Give me one more. The Chariot. Yeah. This is a need to control. The Wheel of Fortune. Clarify the Six of Pentacles and the Chariot energy. Six of Cups. Yeah, the need to know. The need to always be in the know. The need to always have that sense of it's almost like being too forward in a sense. Clarify the trust. Clarify the trust. Yeah. What's the Seven of Wands? There's something that you experience. There's something that you experience that is kind of hindering you from having faith in this sense. That's why you're kind of holding on to it. But the message, the advice here is to let go of that, right? That's that sense of trust, that sense of faith, and that sense of surrender. Forgiveness, having grace for yourself, and knowing that you learned the lesson and that you will be able to better discern, right? And that because you were able to kind of heal from a sense, you kind of have to acknowledge something in order to heal from it, right? Because how can you know how to nurture something if you don't take the time to look at it, to kind of learn what it needs to get better? So that's what this is. It's a sense of acknowledgement and maybe what it is that you feel like you, in an area where you feel like you lack that sense of trust. Yes, that is your reading, Tanya. I'm glad it resonated. Hi, Sylvia. Thank you for your donation. You guys can like and follow my page that is attached in the description box if you want more messages. I go live on there as well. What message do you have for Sylvia regarding career? What message do you have for Sylvia regarding career? Okay, so you got failure, envy, and doubt. So there's definitely a sense of fear here. A sense of fear that maybe you won't be as successful as you had hoped. Maybe there are some choices that you have made that you're kind of rethinking those choices out of fear of what other people or how other people may perceive it. But there's a sense here in just knowing that, like, if this is something that you're truly passionate about, if this is something that you truly want to pursue, then know that mistakes are a part of the process and that you don't have to take everyone else's words or their thoughts or their perceptions as validations for your success, if that makes sense, right? Sometimes the fulfillment, like what are you using as a measure for success in your career? Sometimes it's just the simple feeling of fulfillment that it brings that can be enough to help you to pursue a career path, right? The passion that it fulfills you with, or the joy that it brings you just to help other people in through this career path. Clarify failure. Clarify failure. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a fear of yielding the results of the effort that you put into it. With the Two of Cups, yeah. Yeah. There's definitely a fear of, like, clarify envy. Yeah. But this is definitely something that you feel that you're being guided towards. So, because you got the Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. That's definitely something that you feel like this is what you're supposed to be doing. Like, this change is supposed to be, that you feel like that this change is definitely definitely a move that needs to be made by you. It's an adventure that you want to experience. It's something that you're being guided towards that you will learn from. It's also, it may be different from, okay, yeah. Because it feels like something, like two sides of the same coin. Like it may be something that you haven't experienced before. Yeah, definitely something that you haven't experienced before. But you definitely feel like this is something that you feel that you will be very successful at, that you'll excel at. But it may not be something traditional, right? It may be something outside of your traditional persona, I would say. But the advice here is to not have fear. If you feel like this is a path that you should take, I would follow your intuition in taking that step towards the places where you feel guided. Pour into the places. Don't be afraid to pour into the places out of fear of not receiving something back. Because sometimes the joy and the passion is just enough. And that is your message. Hi, Anna. Thank you for your donation. What category would you like a reading from? Love, career, or lessons in your spiritual journey? I'm doing very well. How are you? Hi, Yukesh. Welcome, welcome. I'm doing well. How are you? If you would like to leave a review, please do so on my page in the description box. You can like and follow as well, comment, share. If you would like to book an extended reading or book a personal reading, you can do so at the email that is in the description box. I do go live on my other page as well. I also do more general readings on a daily basis. What message do you have for Anna in career? What message do you have for Anna in career? What message do you have for Anna in career? You have purpose, peace, and courage at the bottom of the deck. This energy feels like you're trying to find something that brings you joy. Something that makes you feel a little bit more fulfilled, right? Something that you can wake up every day and not hate your job. That's kind of what this energy feels like. Trying to have the confidence to go after something, to go after a career path that you feel more called to. Something that kind of uplifts your mood instead of taking from it. Clarify purpose, aren't we all though? Clarify purpose. I mean, clarify purpose. But that's just learning to live in that sense of your purpose, right? Versus expecting to receive that sense of fulfillment from your job, from specifically and only from your career, right? But learning to kind of spread that energy around. Because your job should bring you fulfillment. You should enjoy where you work. You should enjoy the career path that you are seeking. Clarify purpose. That's too many. Yeah. So there's definitely a decision that you're making in changing the trajectory of your... Queen of Pentacles represents like... This is something that changes it almost changes your mindset. It almost challenges the way you think. It almost provides you with a new perspective in a sense, whatever this new career path is. It almost kind of opens your mind up in a way that it is a little bit more challenging for you. It is a little bit, it kind of expands your character in a sense, right? It's clarify peace. But that's something that brings you joy, right? You find joy in the challenge of your career. You find the joy in learning, in expanding. Clarify peace. The Six of Pentacles, yeah. And the Eight of Wands. It's something that the Emperor at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, something that gives you a lot of confidence. It's something that it could be maybe a little bit more of a speaking role. I'm not sure if it is more of like you'll do like a lot of presentations, or like you'll speak at a lot of conferences, or but there's something about like your voice. It's something that maybe it's a role where you have more voice and choice, if that makes sense. Yes. That is your reading, Anna. Okay. Yes, glad it resonated. Hi, Sam. Thank you for your donation. If you would like to leave a review, please do so at the page that is in the description box. You can also like and follow, comment, share. Sam, this is a general reading. If you would like a specific question, you can book a reading with me at the email in the description box. What message do you have for Sam regarding love? What message do you have for Sam regarding love? Empathy, gratitude, and acceptance at the bottom of the deck. So there's definitely a lot of love within this connection, right? There's a sense of strong intimacy, a strong sense of appreciation. Someone is very grateful for the love that you bring. There's definitely a very connected energy here. It definitely feels like I see you, you see me. And there's a great sense of understanding and grace that you have with one another. That's that empathic nature. Clarify gratitude. Clarify gratitude. That's too many. it over here. Okay, so you have perspective, the King of Cups, and you have the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, and the Ace of Swords wanted to come out as well, so I'm going to take it. So there's definitely a strong knowing in how he feels about you, Sam. You definitely have a very strong sense, a very, you guys have a strong foundation here. You guys have already created a sense of connection, right? You've already created a life together. You've already built a foundation. I'm not sure if you're living together, but this definitely feels like shared resources. You know that he's very much in love with you. You know how he feels. You know he's very expressive with how he feels. Or if he's not as expressive verbally, he might be more action oriented, kind of keeping his thoughts to himself. Clarify empathy. Clarify empathy. Okay, so if you guys were to be together, it definitely would be a change for the two of you. And a change of sense of maybe it'll be something that neither one of you, this would be a new journey for the both of you. So this doesn't feel like a past, someone that you've had like a past relationship with. This feels like maybe it's a new relationship that you guys are starting, and so there's a little bit of history, but not enough to where there's like pain and, you know, history attached to it. It's kind of a new foundation. And so taking this journey would kind of be different. It would be a life change for the both of you, right? But there's also like a sense and understanding kind of the depth of one another and maybe how you guys have changed over time. Maybe you guys have shared experiences where you both kind of talked about things that you've been through, and maybe you both see the growth within one another. Even if you have not had that conversation verbally, there's kind of like a sense of knowing between the two of you where you can see that, oh wow, this person has overcome a lot and they have grown. Maybe they have experienced many different phases in their life, and you can kind of see that maybe who they are now is not who they may have been in the past. So that is your reading, Sam. Hi, Aksa. Hi, Sherry. You're welcome, Sam. Hi, Aksa. Let's see. This is a general reading. We're doing general readings in love, career, or lessons on your spiritual journey. If you would like a personal reading or a more in-depth reading, you can book a reading with me at the email in the description box. Hi, Rebecca. Also, if you would like a personal reading, you can book a reading with me at the email in the description box. These are general messages regarding love, career, or lessons on your spiritual journey. Hi Sherry, what category would you like a reading in? A general reading in love, career, or lessons on your spiritual journey. What message do you have for Sherry regarding love? What message do you have for Sherry regarding love? So you got empathy, doubt, and acceptance at the bottom of the deck. So there's definitely a fear here, a fear of acceptance, a fear of not being seen, a fear of not receiving the same love that you give. There's a fear of, this comes off as you're like a very understanding person, right? And there's almost a fear here, a fear here that no one ever understands you the way that you understand them. But that also comes with the acceptance and knowing that nobody should know you better than you know yourself, right? No one should know you better than you know yourself. And once you accept that, then there's a sense of, I don't want to say losing that fear, but there's also a sense of being aware that there are people who will be attentive to you, right? There are people who will be able to see you and be able to support you in the way that sometimes we don't know that we need to be supported, right? Because we can't always see every single part of ourselves, right? That's why we need the relationships around us to kind of reflect those parts of us that we sometimes overlook within ourselves. But there's also a sense of knowing that, like, if I know myself well enough, I won't have that expectation or that fear of someone being able to see me, right? Clarify empathy. Clarify empathy. The Four of Wands. Yeah, definitely. And the Four, it's clarifying exactly what I just said. The Three of Swords, Four of Wands, and the Four of Swords. It's finding that piece of, will I ever find that healthy connection, right? Will I ever find that person who will celebrate me as much as I celebrate everyone else? But the thing is, you have to learn to celebrate your self-love. It's a sense of finding peace and knowing and living in your own celebration, right? People are very attracted to your energy. You have a very outgoing spirit. Even if you're introverted, there's something that draws people to you. Even if you don't feel like you are an extroverted person, The energy that you emit is very extroverted. It's very warm. It draws people in. You're very empathic, right? And sometimes people can sense that even if they don't know if that's what it is that they're sensing. Clarify doubt. The Queen of Cups, yeah. The Queen of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles, that's that fear of knowing. That's that fear, will anybody pour into me the same way that I pour into other people? The Justice at the bottom of the deck, that's law and order, that's balance, that's equal give and take, right? It's what I deserve. And so you have to know that if you have to show people how you want to be loved by first loving yourself that way, right? If you want to be loved by other people respecting your boundaries, you have to learn how to follow your own, like you have to learn how to follow and be disciplined in setting your own boundaries and following through with it, right? Not just setting the boundaries, but also following through with the commitment of having those boundaries in order, in a healthy way, to protect yourself, right? Now, there's a difference between boundaries and blockages. You have to use your discernment to know the difference. But there's definitely, yeah, that is your message regarding love. Definitely. Yes, glad it resonated with you, Sherry. Hi, Patrice. Thank you for your donation. What category would you like a reading in? Love, career, or this is a general reading, but what message would you like a reading in? Love, career, or lessons on your spiritual journey? Hi, Mandy. How are you? Hi, Sophia. If you guys would like, you can like and follow my page that is in the description box. I go live on there as well. I also do general messages. Also my YouTube, TikTok, under the same handle. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can do so at the email in the description box. If you also would like to leave a review, you can do so on the page that is tagged in the description box. Hi, Patrice. Oh, yes. Okay, so what message do you have for Patrice regarding love? Yes, thank you for your donation. What message do you have for Patrice regarding love? What message do you have for Patrice regarding love? You have service, denial, and guilt at the bottom of the deck. So this is definitely a lesson in self-worth, right? In knowing that, or in understanding what it is that you provide in love, and asking yourself if you would be accepting of the effort that you put in a connection, right? That's what this energy feels like. It almost feels like kind of an understanding of how you show up in your relationships and love. And it seems as if you're very... The service card is giving me like acts of service. So it's almost as if you are more of that. That's how you show up in love, with an acts of service, right? Or it's almost as if maybe you perceive Also, there's a lesson here in not just believing what it is that someone says, but kind of expecting for them to show up physically in the way that they express themselves, maybe verbally, right? Kind of in love, kind of using that measure of not just believing someone for their words, but kind of watching their actions too, and watching how you receive those actions, right? Because it's not just what you say about how you feel about those actions, but it's also about how you feel in your heart space and also in your spirit. Like, how well are you receiving the actions of love and a connection that you're in? And also, how are you showing up as well, right? Clarify service. Clarify service. Take the Queen of Wands because it came out as well. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. So there's definitely a feeling here there's definitely a sense of breadcrumbing here, right? Where someone didn't really show up to their full extent, right? It was kind of like speaking one thing and then like their actions kind of being like not 100% measuring up of the image that they were portraying themselves to be. The Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands is kind of see, you're showing up as Queen energy, and this person is showing up as the Prince energy. So it's almost like they didn't have as much to offer to the connection as you did. You kind of felt like maybe you were kind of trying to feed this person's ego. Maybe trying to kind of boost their confidence in a way that made them feel better, in a sense. Clarify denial. The Ten of Pentacles and the Two of Swords with the Three of Cups. Yeah. But this person was kind of using the life that you kind of built together to, I don't want to say keep you from seeing the truth, but kind of blurring your perspective a little bit in the reality of this connection and the reality of what was going on. They were using your stability, your security to kind of, so that you weren't able to see the fullness of what was going on in this union. That is your reading, Patrici. Hi, Aksa. Good morning, Nicole. How are you? Hi, Fabiola. What message do you have for Aksa regarding love? What message do you have for Oxa regarding love? Hi, Patrice. If you would like a more in-depth reading, you can book a reading with me in the email in the description box. What message do you have for Oxa regarding love? Abundance. Grief. And forgiveness. So you have abundance, grief, and forgiveness at the bottom of the deck. So there's a lot of fear that you're holding on to. There's a lot of things that you may have experienced in love that you're kind of holding on to those experiences instead of learning from the lessons, which gives you the ability to kind of move forward in a healthier manner. With the abundance and the grief here, it almost seems like a cycle of repeating the same connections over and over, right? Because you're not learning the lesson of why you're attracting these connections, right? With the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck, it's like, how do I keep attracting the same person in a different, or the same experience in a different person? You're attracting the same connection over and over again. Clarify abundance. Because there's something that needs to change within yourself. There's a boundary that needs to be set within yourself. There's something that you need to forgive within yourself in order to no longer accept this trait or characteristics or idea or something that is helping to attract this same cycle. Clarify abundance, the Sun, and the Eight of Wands. The Five of Pentacles. It may be how you express yourself. You could express yourself in a very fiery manner that because you are not fully aware of why you are kind of like spazzing out in a sense. It's almost like you have a sense of, you show up in a very fiery way, like very sometimes argumentative. Sometimes the way that you express yourself, sometimes it may leave people feeling a little bit less than because of maybe the words that you speak, or maybe the tone that you use, or maybe there's a sense of self-expression because there's an unwillingness to acknowledge the pain. And so when it shows up, it's like a trigger, right? And so you kind of react without first acknowledging. Clarify grief. Clarify grief. The Seven of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, with the Page of Cups. So this is like a sense of not forgiving yourself, right? The Seven of Swords and the Nine of Wands is definitely ignoring your grief, ignoring the pain that you've experienced maybe in past love connections. But this is definitely a sense of, if I just persist through, I don't have to acknowledge it in order to move forward from it, right? It's kind of just like a push it down and keep moving. And so, but there are times where you kind of like explode from pushing the pressure down. And so there's a sense here of learning to understand yourself on a deeper sense, right? Understanding maybe why you react the way you do sometimes. Understanding why you feel, understanding why things hurt you, why things trigger you, why you feel like you should react the way you do to certain things. And maybe an understanding that you will learn to think before you just react. But there's a sense of forgiveness here in knowing that you can move on from this cycle, but you have to be willing to go deeper, and you have to be willing to set those boundaries and not, or break down those walls in ignoring who it is that you perceive yourself to be versus how you truly show up. And that is your message, Aksa. Hi, Anna. Good morning, Renita. Thanks, Aksa. What category would you like a reading in, Renita? Love, career, or lessons in your spiritual journey? Nicole, if you would like a personal reading, you can book one in the email that is in the description box. This is a general reading. Renita, what category would you like a reading in? Love, career, or lessons in your spiritual journey? Okay, this is a general reading. If you would like a personal reading or a more in-depth reading, you can book a personal reading at the email, but I will pull a few cards in a general love sense for you. Good morning, Chanta. What message do you have for Renita regarding love? Friendship and humor. At the bottom of the deck, you have change. So there's definitely a connection here where there is growth, where there is laughter. It feels very kinship. It feels very childlike in a sense of like playful, not in a sense of immaturity, but in a sense of like playfulness. And that's like a level of intimacy, right? Not everybody has that level of intimacy with a person where they can live in that playful energy and feel comfortable. So this feels very, I don't want to say strictly friendly, but it feels very open. It feels very free. It feels very lighthearted. But it also feels very expansive in a sense. Like there's definitely room for growth within this connection. There's a strong sense of depth within this connection. With the Page of Wands being here in the deck, it was upside down. There's definitely like a sense of exploration. You guys bring out a sense of adventure within one another. Clarify friendship. You have Strength, the Knight of Swords, and the Two of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Magician. So, there's definitely a strong, like, sense of, like, very, very, like, it's given, like, best friend kind of, like, it's giving very, like, quick-witted, with the jokes between one another, but there's like a strong sense of confidence, a strong bond, a strong connection. And there's definitely like a sense of effort within like getting to know one another, within understanding, right? The Knight of Swords is very determined. He's also open to different perspectives. So there's also like a willingness to get to know different layers of one another. Clarify humor. Or getting to know yourself within love also. Clarify Eight of Pentacles, the Princess of Swords, and the King of Cups. So this is definitely like this is definitely a connection where there's definitely a strong sense of emotional intelligence. There's a strong sense of kind of knowing when to take things serious and when to kind of work in a lighthearted sense, right? Because this is like an energy of knowing how to not just react emotionally. This is like a reflection of oneself, right? The masculine energy within you. That is your message. Hi Claire, hi Lindsay, hi Fabiola. All right, I'm going to jump back on later. Yes, glad it resonated. If you would like to, you can like, follow, subscribe to the page that is linked in the description box. You can also leave a review if you would like to on the page, and if you would like to book a personal reading, you can do so in the email that is in the description box as well. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I may get on later, but I'll see you guys later.